Good morning, everyone. I would love to encourage you to come over just a little bit more. The dirt's not that bad, I promise. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I'm Clarissa Mershman, Managing Director of Homemakers and a third-generation member of the Mershman family. We are so excited to grow in Tiffin, Iowa, and we are so excited to start this next chapter of Homemakers. For 50 years, we've been dedicated to helping Iowans make home happen. This new location marks this exciting new step in that mission, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be part of the Tiffin community. Today, we'll hear from speakers who've played key roles in making this project a reality. Please first join me in welcoming the Mayor of Tiffin, Tim Kasparek.
I have to lower the mic, Clarissa. I apologize in advance if this gets a little long-winded. Most people here understand that I like to tell a little story, so you're gonna hear that today. But good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. To our community members and to the representatives of Homemakers and the Mershman family, and to our partners in business and development, thank you for joining us on what truly is a landmark day for the city of Tiffin. Every city has a few defining moments when preparation meets opportunity, when the right people cross paths at just the right time, and when a community takes a confident step into its next chapter. For Tiffin, today is one of those moments. But to really appreciate how we got here and just how big this is for our city, I need to take you back to where it all started. The date was December 27th, 2023. Told you I knew some dates. Almost 2 months after the 2023 general election and 6 days before I was officially sworn in as mayor. Now, this isn't a story about how amazing my election campaign was. However, if anybody wants to talk about that at the luncheon, I'm available for questions. No, this story takes place in a ski lodge in Vermont. My wife and I were humoring our kids by taking them skiing for Christmas vacation. The truth, we're both really terrible and terrified of it. So by mid-afternoon, we usually claim we're exhausted and in need of a break, which of course requires an adult beverage. On this particular day, as we're sitting there discussing how we really need to stop pretending we ski, my phone rings. It's none other than our city administrator, Mr. Doug Bolt. Now, if you know anything about my relationship with Doug, you should know two things. Number one, our phone calls are almost never shorter than an hour. And number two, he loves a good story just as much as I do. But this time, Doug was excited. He told me he had just had someone stop by the office and said multiple things to which I'm remembering now. What I'm about ready to tell you has to stay with us. This is huge. I just got back from Urbandale visiting a company that might want to build in Tiffin. Can you fly home early? It's Homemakers. I can vividly remember standing there at the base of a ski mountain in Vermont thinking, see, I told everyone I'd help drive economic development. I haven't even been sworn in yet, and I'm already crushing it. That was December 27, 2023. The Homemakers Project was officially the first piece of city business I personally was introduced to. The official announcement didn't hit the press until earlier this year, 2025, and I've got to be honest with you, 2024 was hard. I was learning how to be a mayor. We were working on the biggest piece of economic development to ever hit Tiffin, arguably the entire corridor, if you ask me. And Doug and I had to keep it a secret. Now, I like to think I'm pretty good at the whole business development thing. 20 years in private sector, we're all business development. Doug would bring me up to speed when needed. We'd brainstorm and strategize and talk through where exactly we thought things stood. But let me tell you, Homemakers and the Merchman family are tough. They keep their cards close to the vest and almost never give you something to go off of. The charm and charisma Doug and I like to think we exude, completely useless against their stone cold professionalism and pragmatic evaluation process. But as the year went on, we stayed optimistic and Tiffin kept making the cut. Fast forward to the fall of 2024, and I can tell you the exact moment I maybe kind of sorta felt we were finally getting somewhere. Fall of 2024, and I was notified about a meeting happening at City Hall later that week. Now, as many of you know, the mayor's role isn't full-time, so I'm not at City Hall all the time. But on this particular day, Doug calls me and says, "You need to get down to City Hall now." I was in the middle of a meeting. I jump off of my meeting. I go down to City Hall. No one gives me any warning about what I'm about ready to walk into. I go into the conference room in City Hall, and I think the entire Merchman family was sitting there staring at me. They had come into town to do some last minute things. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we stood up a lift to see how high 70 feet was or 100 feet were. There was a lot of driving going on around town. It was a fantastic day. So I get to City Hall, and I'm being told we're coming back out here. And I think there was a little bit of a caravan going on, and we come back out here. We're sitting here for a little bit, and it was Doug, myself, and Clarissa in one vehicle. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing that I think Roger wanted to go check out some dirt in Coralville that may be used for some fill here. And in my mind, I said, we're going to go look at dirt? Like, I knew that they're so thorough in their evaluation, we're going to go look at dirt. The three of us go out there, again, Doug, Clarissa, and I, all in one vehicle, and we get out to the dirt, and we pull the vehicles up to one another, and I think Doug's talking to Roger and whatnot, but here is the exact moment. I can tell you I knew we had him. And that was, I looked up at Clarissa, and she was sitting in the passenger seat, and I said, "Clarissa, I just have to compliment you and the entire team and family. You guys are so thorough in your evaluation process. It's amazing." And she looks at me and she goes, "Tim, we're looking at dirt." I think there was an expletive in there. And I said, finally, she loosened up a little bit and gave us something to go off of. And it was the most amazing thing. So on my drive home from the site, and I remember thinking, this isn't just another project. This literally changes everything. This is the kind of project that quite literally reshapes the city. It defines our economy, our job market, our identity, and our potential. Because this isn't just homemakers building a store, it's homemakers choosing Tiffin. Choosing our people, choosing to be a cornerstone in what's becoming one of the most dynamic, fastest growing communities in the entire state of Iowa. And when a company of this scale makes that kind of a commitment, it sends a message to every other business watching. Tiffin is ready, Tiffin is worth investing in, and Tiffin is the place to build, to grow, and to call home. Projects like this don't just create jobs, they create momentum. They fuel new restaurants, new housing, new parks, and new opportunities for the families who will call this place home. They set a new bar for what's possible. I said earlier that today would be a day that changes the history of Tiffin forever, and I meant it. Because years from now, when people look back at the moment when Tiffin truly turned the corner from a growing town into a thriving regional destination, this will be one of those days they remember. To the Homemakers team and the Merchman family, thank you for believing in us. To Doug and our incredible city staff, thank you for the hours, the patience, and the faith. To the people of Tiffin, this is just the beginning. We're not done growing, we're just getting started. Today marks the start of Tiffin's next chapter, and the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you censoring my commentary. Next, we'll hear from Jason DeVries, Principal and Architect at Envision, as well as Benji Ward, Design Director and Principal at Gensler.
Thank you, Clarissa and Mayor, for your opening remarks. We will be brief. Believe it or not, architects aren't great at public speaking. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the groundbreaking ceremony for the Homemakers Tiffin project. It's a privilege to stand here today among invited guests, city officials, and our project partners. On behalf of Envision Architecture, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks to Homemakers Furniture and the Mershman family for entrusting us with this opportunity. Your belief in the vision for this site, transforming it into a regional anchor for inspiration, commerce, and community, is what brings us together today. As we look ahead, I'd like to invite Benji Ward from our friends at Gensler to share more about the ideas and the inspiration that guided a design we hope reflects the spirit of the Homemakers legacy.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. First, I'd like to thank Jason and his team at Envision. Thank you so much for bringing us on board this project. It's been an incredible ride, an incredible journey. And obviously to the Merchmans and the whole Homemakers staff, they have been incredibly welcoming. They have been incredibly open to new ideas. They've asked us to really push them and innovate. And I think we can see by some of these images that we've really started to do that. We were inspired by a few things when we took this project on. One was really the Merchmans themselves. This is the long history of the family. Was really important to us, and the idea that they are incredibly welcoming and incredibly gracious. That is the kind of customer experience that we hope to bring forth in Tiffin, and that which they do already in Urbandale. And then the second thing that we were inspired by was this idea of truly being, designing from a local perspective and thinking about Iowa, and specifically Tiffin and Iowa City. We're truly inspired by the sort of the agrarian nature of the landscape here, of the colors. You can see how it kind of fits into the landscape. The idea of the structures that you see within the landscape, farm buildings, etc. And not only is it this sort of visual warmth and textures that you get from the building now, but it's also the way we constructed it. And there was a decision made very early on, and we want to thank Roger and the team for agreeing to create the building and to structure the building in wood. So it will be potentially one of the largest hybrid mass timber buildings in not only Iowa, but in the Midwest. So this is a big deal for the construction industry. It's a big deal for mass timber, and we are really humbled to be part of this. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Benji. This project is a result of incredible collaboration and dedication. I'd like to thank our consultants and engineering partners, Bishop Engineering, our civil engineer, StructureFi Engineering, our structural engineer, Gensler, our national retail architecture partners, and the Baker Group, our design build MEP contractor, for their expertise, tireless work, and willingness to push the envelope on what is possible. From navigating site logistics and stormwater planning to refining a beautiful mass timber showroom and coordinating mechanical and plumbing scopes, your contributions have been vital. I also want to recognize the broader project team, including our colleagues at Hanson Company, the general contractor, and the city of Tiffin, for their responsiveness and shared commitment to collaboration for the greater good. Every meeting, we've had a lot of them, conversation and coordination effort has helped shape what will soon rise from this ground. As you can see, grading is already underway. Some of our contractor partners are here as well. I saw PCI here. They've gotten started behind us. More construction activities are around the corner. As we move forward, I'm excited to see Homemakers' vision take shape. A showroom and warehouse that will not only serve customers, but also create jobs and energize the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. This building will be more than a place to shop. It will be a destination, a landmark, and a testament to what thoughtful design and strong partnerships can achieve. Thank you all for being a part of the journey.
Thank you, Jason and Benji. Last, I'd like to introduce Roger Mershman, president of Homemakers.
First off, thanks everybody for coming. Raise that up a little bit. So far, we've been called welcoming, and cold. I did catch that, Tim. Thank you all for joining us on this exciting day. Today is about more than just moving dirt. It's about building upon more than 50 years of history, hard work, and community. Our family's journey started back in 1940 in St. Paul, Iowa, a town of only 120 people. Actually, I think it's more like 50, but we'll say 120, where my grandparents began selling furniture. In 1974, my parents, Carl and Ina, took a leap of faith and started Homemakers in Des Moines. They didn't have much in the way of formal education. My dad had an eighth grade education. My mom had a high school diploma. But what they did have was grit, determination, and as my mom always said, fire in the belly. That fire has carried us through every chapter, from our first 26,000 foot store to our move and expansion in Urbandale, to joining the Berkshire Hathaway family, and finally becoming Iowa's largest furniture store. That same fire is why we are here today, shovels in hand, ready to break ground on our next chapter. This expansion is about more than a new store. It's about providing an unforgettable shopping experience for our friends in Tiffin and beyond. It's about creating growth and learning opportunities for our team members in their careers. And it's about investing in our Iowa community. We're breaking ground on a project that will add 5 acres of showroom with categories ranging from living room, dining room, mattresses, patio, bedroom, and more. This is by no means a satellite store. It will have 5 acres of high-rise warehouse attached to it to fulfill customer needs. We also have room to grow. Once completed in 2027, this expansion will allow us to grow not only our business from a store footprint, but the team behind the scenes who ensures you receive the items you want and when you want them. That's our goal. From the minute that somebody decides they need to furnish their home, to be a support, from the fabric brainstorming sessions to sit test, to the day we show up at your home bringing new furniture, we strive to deliver the best experience possible. And for those of you who just can't wait to bring your new pieces home, come around to the side of the building. We have a pickups department to fulfill your orders. Over half our customers fulfill their orders by picking up their product. No, I understand not everybody drives a pickup truck, but they got some way to get it home, right? The thing about this store is we'll have 36 miles of racking to fulfill your orders. Our trucks are here every day already. This way you can get it that much quicker. This project represents an important investment in growth of Homemakers, and with it, we expect to create more than 200 new career opportunities for our team and the Eastern Iowa community. We could not achieve this milestone without our valued partners. I'd like to recognize the incredible people who have made this possible today. To the representatives from the City of Tiffin, Mayor Tim Casebrick, City Administrator Doug Bolt, City Engineer Andrew Enhidler, thank you for guiding us every step of the way and make the process a positive one. We are thrilled to be welcome into your community. I'd also like to acknowledge the Hanson Company, our general contractor, Craig Faber and team. Your skill and commitment brought our vision to life. We were Craig's first major project in the early 90s with our manufacturing plant in Winterset, Iowa. And now this will be one of his last major projects 35 years later. I'd also like to recognize Envision, our architect. Your creativity shaped the heart of this building. Gensler, your design knowledge will give us the space that truly inspires our customers and staff. The Durs Group, Scott, Nick, Alex, and Bailey Anderson, a hardworking family we purchased the land from. Thank you for embracing us into your, as we call it, ecosystem that you are developing here. And Bishop, our civil engineer, your expertise has been greatly appreciated. Each of you played a vital role, and we are deeply grateful. We've always said that Homemakers isn't just a store. It's an experience. It's our employees, past and present, who put in the hard work every day. It's the customers who continue to trust us to make their homes a place they love. It's Iowa and the surrounding community that has supported us for more than half a century. All of these people have allowed us to continuously learn, expand, and evolve. So today, as we break ground, we're also laying the foundation for the next 50 years of Homemakers. We're honoring our past, we're celebrating our present, and we're building for the future. I would ask that the following come up to turn a little dirt, and as you can tell, they kind of started before we got here. First, the mayor, Tim. I'd like the city administrator, Doug Bolt. From the Hanson Company, Craig Faber. From Envision, Jason DeVries. And as far as the Mershmans, first, my brother Alan could not be here, for he's battling cancer since February. He's fighting the fight. I would ask that you say a prayer when you get time. He's been in California since March. Love to get him back home. Clarissa oversees the Tiffin project, e-commerce, IT, and merchandising. Jason oversees sales, HR, customer service, and facilities. Kelsey oversees marketing, accounting, and visual. And my brother Dave, somewhat retired, but we can't kick him out, so he keeps coming back. I'm not going to tell you what he's responsible for because we don't know, but anyway, trust me, he's done all these jobs. So I truly want to thank you for coming today. We'll turn a little dirt here and go from there. Thank you very much. Thank you again, I appreciate it.